Namaste. My name is Ashmika and I'm a year 3 student double majoring in psychology and marketing. And in this video, I'm going to cover my experience conducting qualitative research in the SMU-X module called Social Science Practicum, where we had the opportunity to work with the Ministry of Social and Family Development, or MSF in short. So our project was about youth friendships in Singapore, and I took this as an opportunity to learn more about friendships among other international students like me. Having been in SMU and in Singapore for only 3 years, I've only found my tribe this year, and I realized that it's relatively harder for SMU students to find their tribe, especially for international students to form strong bonds. And I think this is possibly because of 3 reasons. A, we don't have a hall life or dorms like other unis, which tend to kind of help form bonds. B, we don't bid for the same classes. Every semester we have different classes unless we bid together. And C, everyone in SMU has such a busy schedule that it's hard to coordinate meetups. Since international students in Singapore anyways have to create their own social circle from scratch, I thought it would be interesting to hear more from the international Indian youth in Singapore because they constitute a considerable segment of the international youth in Singapore, and it won't allow for any cultural ambiguity because I'm an Indian myself. So I interviewed 6 Indian international students, and even though my sample size is quite small, it was really interesting to see how these responses were similar in their own way, and they differed from the other interviews that my friends conducted who were not Indians. And these 3 similarities really caught my eye. First, the Indian community. So for the question, which communities are you a part of for forming friendships, all of my interviewees mentioned their nationality or ethnicity as a way for forming friendships, while the other interview responses that we had, who were not Indians, did not mention their ethnicity as a category for forming friendships. So my guess for this would be that for Indians abroad, sometimes the main link or commonality that you have with someone is the fact that you're from the same place, which is India. And to quote one of the interview responses that I had, I hang out more with people from my community because the comfort and safety just naturally makes you stick to each other. Second, family as a source of support. So all of my interviewees mentioned family as a source of support, even though the interview was about friendships. For the question, where do you turn for advice and support, 4 of them immediately said, my mom. To quote an interview response, I talk to my mom at least once a day. I reach out to her first if there's any issue. Only if there's something I don't think I can share with her, I go to my friends. And another said, my first resort, regardless of what it is my mom. 99% of the time, that's it. I will not go to a friend. After all, moms do know best. And last but not the least, online friends. So all of my Indian interview responses mentioned that they had some sort of social support from India, which helped them form bonds in Singapore. So to quote 2 interview responses, first, my online friends from India are my safety net, and they give me the freedom and comfort to do whatever I want to do. I count on them the most because I feel the most relaxed and myself around them, and they make it worthwhile to put in all the effort. Second, as an international student, it was a challenge for me to open up since I already had a core group of school friends. So I get my support from them only. I'm very sure and secure of my friendships back home, and I can't imagine anyone taking that place. Now to me, that's simply a testimony of how important it is to have emotionships for better emotional well-being. And personally speaking, I don't think I would have been this emotionally stable in Singapore if it weren't for my friendships back home. Now, these were just insights from my interviews, and I really enjoyed understanding how other people view friendships and strengthen it. So my team and I had actually set a protocol for setting up each interview. First, we sent out a consent form with a brief description of the project. Then we conducted the interview, transcribed every response, and finally consolidated the transcripts on an Excel sheet so that it's easier to look through each response and find themes within it. In hindsight, standardizing the protocol really helped in categorizing and understanding the themes in our data. A challenge we did face though was the varying ways in which we could have categorized the data, but discussing it as a team and coming to a consensus really helped. Being able to conduct qualitative research is a pretty useful skill that even AI cannot replace, yet. To read between the lines, find themes, categories, and patterns in data, and to usefully interpret this information is a pretty useful skill even at the workplace. I'm really grateful for the opportunity to have conducted qualitative research under the guidance of Prof. Sai Meng Hong, along with my groupmates that kept me entertained throughout. and of course MSF for giving such an interesting topic that made me sign up for this project in the first place. And now I already cannot wait for my next SMU-X client-based project.